Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Studio Gallery with an 16 by 20 inch canvas, an oxo omelet turning flip and fold spatula, and one of 5 silicone rubber brushes that I have handy. And I just want to spread some paint. I made an experiment with some Australian Floetrol and some Decor Americana 24 karat gold a long time ago. Actually, you know what? Let's see what happens. And I'm not sure which one of these I'm going to use, so I'm going to use the Oxo Omelet Turning Flip and Fold Spatula first. It looks like that's going to cover really nicely. That's amazing. And then I've got Colourarte products. I just mixed myself up some new Chantilly lace. This is Chantilly lace. It's going to have to decide on what it's going to be itself later on. I think I'm going to put some red violet in there. Chantilly lace is a Prizm pour. Red violet is a vivid intense, I believe. Let's try a couple different colors. This is Hummingbird Wing. It's a new Prizm pour. And this is, I think I wrote it down, Blue Flame. So I just mixed up a bunch of, so it shouldn't have that lump at the top, but it does. Try and get rid of that later. What else? Might as well in for penny. Here's my Dancing Fuchsia, which is new purely pigment. And anywhere that I have residuals, I'll just put them down elsewhere. Still a little bit of that. I've got some, I've got a purely pigment burnt orange that's a metallic. It's plugged. Not anymore, it's not. Trying to get the top to go back on, and it's totally plugged. So I'll put that aside. I'll try this ever so gently. I kind of want to put some dots of color on. I've got and haven't used for quite a long time some Royal Sapphire, which means it's a good idea to shake it up. Yeah, very good idea. I've got some Periwinkle. I may go in any old direction. I might do anything at this point. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to use more red violet. I talked about the orange and then I used the burnt orange. I want some orange crush. And definitely, I pulled out the pink carnation, which is a Prizm pour. The colors will be listed below the video. Helps if you don't rest the bottle in the painting. I've got Chyrisacola, which is a Prizm pour. And I think I want more Nebulous Star again, and I definitely want a little more Dancing Fuchsia. Well, I'm done. No, I'm kidding. Don't ask me why I'm doing anything I'm doing. My theory is if I convince myself that it's nothing more than a background, I can't panic too badly. But then I wind up making a painting on the way to a painting. I've got a color here called Firefly, and it's like, what if I got, maybe I can talk about it. It's like shiny taffeta or pixie dust, but it's got an interference quality that's purple. Although I see something there that is a chip. It does not belong. And there's more than one. The little black flecks confuse me. I'm never sure where they come from, especially when I'm not using any black paint right now. But in all correctness, they might just come right off the tweezers. Sometimes I'm afraid that when a painting is this cool at this stage, that it'll never be that cool again. I said I was going to put some more Dancing Fuchsia in, and so I shall. Makes me want yellow. Or green. So should I use a cell activator? Probably not. But I've already started with a cell activator, so let's just be weird. When was that not the option? That never activated any cells, by the way, the cell activator I just used. Kind of pretty. I really like that centralized dot, although it's got to go. I don't really want it to go completely, but I guess it's got to go. Makes me want to go back and put more dots back in, now that I've got this incredibly beautiful background. That's my head in the camera. I'm so sorry. It's a good distribution of colors. I think I might be done. So the gold, whatever it was, the Colourarte Americana 24 karat gold, could just be mixed with regular Floetrol and it would be fine. I want to be a little cautious about going overboard with what I'm doing now, because if I continue on too long, I'm going to make mud. I really don't want to. I never used my silicone rubber tool at all. Which isn't to say I couldn't, because I still could. Where do I... more Dancing Fuchsia and more Orange Crush. And I might want to do that a few places. I'm afraid I'm going to be too uniform, equidistant. And I may still smear them. Chances are very good. One thing I do know about the Decor Americana 24 karat gold is it does leave a wonderful glossy finish. Sorry, I was focused. I have something nice and then I keep going, I always wonder if I'm going to ruin it. And it's basically a background anyway. But I see canvasy spots and I want them to go away, but they're not really canvasy spots, they're really like gold. Like that is an issue right there. I'm going to have to stop. I'm going to use some more Periwinkle and a little more Chantilly lace. And I really could put a geometric on top of all this if I wanted to be that way. But I'm not sure I do. Those are some beautiful stripes. There's no denying it. I suspect I should not be trying to use up the paint on my spatula right now because it's very thoroughly full of colors. But you know how I am. Well, I'm not sure if it's a stage 1 or what the deal is. But I'm going to scrape off my spatula, wipe it off, and give it one more shot. I so want some black in there. And really and truly I want some more Dancing Fuchsia. So and I just wiped it off and wiped more on. Oh, it's got to the point where I better be very careful. It's sticky now. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to put a little more orange right at the beginning of that. Well, I've got these 3 lumps of color. I don't want to let them be the only ones. That was the Periwinkle on top of the Royal Sapphire, and that was the blue flame of the Royal Sapphire. Now every time I try and fix something, I get a new problem. So I'm going to stop right now. And if it happens to wind up being a stage 1, then that's the way it goes. Because stripes are nice, but the possibility is I have enough stripes already, and this could be a great background for something else. It does look kind of uniform. It's going to be very, very shiny and golden tomorrow. Oh, and I've got a spot. Of course I do. You don't tell, I won't tell. And I've got something hanging out in there too. It's a start. Okay, I like this, and it shimmers, and unfortunately I have this idea in my head that I'm going to take a chance. And I did a trial somewhere else, now I'm going to do it here. So I'm going to do something very strange looking. And I'm going to sprinkle paint. Trying to go for thin lines. I don't know how many lines I'm going to do. That was the Deco-Art Americana 24 karat gold in Floetrol. This is pink carnation. Does not matter. Things don't come out in clean lines. I don't think. This is interference gold. I'm not sure why I'm using this, but I liked how it dried in the last piece I used it in, so I'm going to try it. It does dry a little lighter than most golds. Now, since this is really my first try, not counting the sample, there's no guarantee. So Dancing Fuchsia is next. And then the orange crush. Mostly the same colors that are already in here. That orange crush makes me want some of the pink carnation. What did I do with that? That's interesting. I moved the pink. There it is. I want some back. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a surprise attached. I've got Tuscan Gold, which is a Vivid Intense. I'm not sure why I'm using it, other than the fact that I like the color. It'd be really good if some came out now. Well, that's difficult to manipulate. Let's do some Blue Flame. The colors will be listed under the video. Makes me want a little green, but I think I'll settle for Chyrisacola. Whoa. Thank goodness for Q-tips. Ones that haven't absorbed any paint yet would be best. I was going to use Prussian Violet, but I'm thinking Perfect Indigo might be okay. Yeah, I like the Perfect Indigo. It's going to look a lot like reflections on water. I'm going to go for the Water Lily, and then I'm going to think about the Red Violet, and after that I'm just going to go for it. This is the Water Lily, which I love. And if this doesn't work, it's going to be a whole new experiment next time. Kind of want some white, but the only white that I really want to use at this point is Chantilly lace, and I'm not sure that that's a good idea. I already used the gold. I could use a little silver, but I think I'm going to skip it. And I think I don't mind the colors that I've got, although I did pull out the Cerulean blue, and I do want to use it. It's a Prizm pour. Alright, now when I did this the first time on my sample, I used a little tiny silicone tool, which I'm thinking may come in kind of handy. In a second. I wanted to use the larger tool, and maybe I will still. I gotta try it. I just got to. Oh, it's maybe only partial. No, I'm not a big fan of that as much as I am with a smaller tool. I guess I thought I would need a larger tool for a larger canvas, but the truth is that I'm actually pretty happy with what I've got. It's a wonderful texture. I love the ladders. The ladders are just too cool. And of course I've got GAC 800 by Golden and all of my paint mixtures. And you could actually spread, you know, some dots afterwards if you wanted to. You could do whatever you want. I did some of this with black, and I may do that in another piece. I think these are silicone tools for nail art, but I will include the link in case you want to try this yourself. I recommend it. The sensation of pulling down through the colors is pretty cool. And my first stage was a great background for that. I probably, if I had a different work surface, I probably would have gone all the way over the edge. And there's no, I mean, it's just the same action repetitiously over and over again. And it'd be nice if it were somewhat straight, but I don't think it's imperative. And if the marks are choppy, that makes that much more interest. Like so. Note to self, go all the way to the edge next time. That's so cool. I really, really, really like this. I do wish I had added more paint to the edge, but I have some lumps of paint that I can sort of use to at least fill in the spaces. And like I said, you could leave some blanks or some strips or stripes that aren't filled in, and that would be okay. I think this is going to dry really cool, and thank you for joining me. I wonder what it would be like to do black over the top tomorrow. I'll have to do it in another piece though. There's nothing exact about these little marks. And you could go back in and fill in with little squares of gold or black or whatever. I mean, the ideas are endless pretty much. And I am trying to fake out a few of my edges. All right. Thank you for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for watching longer. It speaks to the YouTube algorithm. My email address is easpb and the word gallery spelled out at gmail.com if you'd like to inquire about taking a class with me at the house in Spring Hill, Florida, one-on-one, or purchasing an artwork. Linktree, you'll find promo codes for Colourarte products and pixel paint designs. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, a couple of my websites, my Amazon link. Volumes 1 and Volumes 2 of my books are on the Amazon link because I can, and Unlimited Possibilities, the first and the second 100 videos I made for YouTube. Questions are welcome and encouraged. My community board will show you tomorrow's video at around 2 p.m. hopefully. There's something else. Thank you. Thank you to all my patrons. Thank you to the members. Thank you to those of you who use PayPal to make a donation to keep me painting. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys endlessly, and you inspire me always. My paint pouring recipes below show more, and I have 34 playlists of 100 videos each, and everything's organized by topic and genre. If you need anything, don't forget, ask questions. It's fine. Thank you for being here. Bye for now. Priscilla out.